This episode is brought to you by Google Gemini. With the Gemini app, you can talk live and have a real-time conversation with an AI assistant. It's great for all kinds of things, like if you want to practice for an upcoming interview, ask for advice on things to do in a new city, or brainstorm creative ideas. And by the way, this script was actually read by Gemini. Download the Gemini app for iOS and Android today. Must be 18 plus to use Gemini Live.
iBit smashes records. YouTube extends their shorts. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And then what is in store for social media in 2025. Enjoy.
Were you calling to me from outside of a dream? I wanna live. I wanna love you a little longer. I was invincible many years ago when I was so much stronger.
Welcome to the Age of Jeremy. My name is Jeremy Quintanilla. I am your host of this show. This show is all about all of the entrepreneurial things that I am learning along the way of building multi-million and billion-dollar ecosystems, businesses such as 3T Warrior Academy, Blockheads, the creator of Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto, our Q Financial team, which is part of the Milliere Freedom Insurance Group or Milliere Warriors Insurance Group. And also one of the things that I am super passionate about, Age of Radio. And those are some of the businesses, to name a few, but we are going to be doing so much. The way that this show is broken down, we talk about something I think that's really important in the news. We talk about something new in social media. We talk about what's going on in the businesses. If you're part of my Instagram Dope Insights and Updates channel, at Age of Jeremy, go to Instagram at Age of Jeremy, go to the profile, and you can join my Dope Insights and Updates. If you were a part of that, you can ask me questions in there that I will answer on this podcast every single week for you for being a part of that channel. Those questions can be finance, insurance, business, investing, social media, cool stuff that I have going on. Whatever the case is, you can ask those questions in there. So make sure that you join that channel. I also want to let you know that our Freedom Conference is right around the corner. We moved it from April to February because it aligned better with some astrological stuff, and it also aligned better for all the cool stuff that we have going on this year. So make sure that you go to the link down in the episode description. It's to my link tree. You can buy Freedom Con tickets. There is still availability to the public. I will be speaking there. CJV will be speaking there. Coach Jackie will be speaking there. Abs will be there. Johnny Crypto will be speaking there. Gonzo will be speaking there. Mario will be speaking there. All the great people from the Good Morning Crypto Show will be there. We'll also have Matt, CJV's. It's actually Dr. Matt now. That's really cool. I can never remember Matt's last name. So Matt, if you're listening to this, I'm so sorry. I forgot your last name. It's Matt something. But Dr. Matt has a doctorate of philosophy from in metaphysics, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong about that, but he'll be speaking there, I believe. We're going to have one heck of a time. It's going to be it's a one-day event now. We have VIP where you get to get closer to me and CJV, however you want to take that. You can get close to us. But we have a private event that's all sold out. So unfortunately, the only thing that's left are the public tickets. If you're part of the Academy, you can get a discount. And if you own our X Royalty NFT, you can get a discount. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then you're probably not in the Warrior Academy. So the first thing that you need to do is join our 3T Warrior Academy, your home for education around investing, finance, and crypto. We're super, super excited about the growth that we've had in the 3T Warrior Academy. So again, go down to the episode. Click on my link tree. Go find out what the heck I'm talking about. Go to 32warrioracademy.com. Follow me on social media at Age of Jeremy. On Twitter, it's at Age of Jeremy Q, or X, it's at Age of Jeremy Q. On Facebook and LinkedIn, it's Cesar Jeremy Quintanilla, but you'll be able to find me because you can go to the episode and there's links in all of them. Last thing that I want to say, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I don't know what the giveaway is specifically. It's going to be randomly given away to one of the people inside of my X. I have 2 more people till I hit 1,000. I have been working on building my X presence for a very, very long time. And as you know, I don't specifically niche into anything. It's just me. You get me and all the cool stuff that I'm doing in the world, building my multi-million and billion-dollar ecosystems. So there's all kinds of great stuff on my X channel, and we're working to even make it better, as we've talked in some of the other episodes about X articles and so forth. But if you go into my X account. I am 2 people away from 1,000. Go and follow me. Get me over that hump to 1,000 and I will do a giveaway. I don't know what this giveaway is, but I'm going to do more giveaways because giving stuff away is so freaking fun. Who doesn't love giveaways? Too bad you're not in the audience. I would be like, yeah, but you're not here. I am super, super excited. We'll talk a little bit about why I'm excited and why I feel good on some of the lo-fi episodes. The lo-fi episodes are episodes that come out periodically. Supposedly it's every other week, but I don't know. Sue me. It's not every other week consistent. And I know I'm always talking about being consistent, but point is that you're still trying and you're still making moves. That's what counts. So in those lo-fi episodes, I talk about the other stuff that's going on, and I'm really excited because we're going to start having more and more interviews on this podcast as well to go along with everything else that is going on with the show. So this is just going to be one hell of a good time on the Age of Jeremy, and we're going to be doing some really cool, really fun, cool other stuffs in the future. So with that being said, let's get into iBit. A couple of weeks ago, I bought iBit. I had made some profit off of the NASDAQ stocks that I own, and I made some profit off of AMC that I still had. No, it wasn't AMC. I sold something besides NASDAQ. It was NASDAQ and something else that I wanted to exit my position in and take the profit from the stuff that was in my IRA. But my IRA is a brokerage account through Wells Fargo, and I can't buy Bitcoin specifically. So I wanted to get more access to Bitcoin. And so what I did was I went ahead and bought iBit so I could get access to Bitcoin through as a paper, right, through an iBit share, which is an ETF by BlackRock. And I found this really cool article. If you're in the Dope Insights and Updates channel in Instagram, make sure I'm going to throw this in there. Get a Bloomberg subscription. I have subscriptions to everything. I talk about this all the time. Get an Economist, get a Bloomberg, get the New York Times. Love me some New York Times. Also bought some New York Times stock. But that's just because I enjoy it. I buy stuff that I enjoy, right? I'm not saying that you should go out and buy that. That probably will be a very long burn. But iBit freaking smashed it. BlackRock's Bitcoin fund became the greatest launch in ETF history. iBit has grown to more than $50 billion in assets in 11 months. U.S. ETFs played a key role in Bitcoin's rally to over $100,000. BlackRock Inc.'s iShares unit. Now, I know people think that Larry Fink might be the devil. They think that it's the big conspiracy around him. I don't really go into that stuff. That what I try to do is I try to focus on the things that I control and work to build the world the way that I want to build it. And I don't worry about anything else. Hopefully you can hear Kylo barking in the background because I love it that whenever I start this, that's when he decides to start barking. He's like, Dad, pay attention to me. But BlackRock, iShares, I have all kinds of iShares. If you're in the Dope Insight and Updates channel, I'm going to push that so hard. If you're in the Dope Insights and Updates channel, I talk about all my investments, what I'm specifically doing. And if you're in the 3-2 Warrior Academy, I also do it there as well. But if you're not like, I don't want to be part of the Academy, you can still get access to the cool Jeremy stuff that Jeremy does inside of Instagram on his Dope Insights and Updates channel. So go and check that out. Now, BlackRock Inc.'s iShares unit offers more than 1,400 exchange-traded funds. I probably have like 10 of them. Yet none of them have performed quite like this. iShares Bitcoin Trust ticker iBit, which is a cool name. Also one of the reasons why I buy stuff is because cool names. Maybe you shouldn't be taking any advice from me. I don't know. iShares Bitcoin Trust ticker iBit smashed industry records in its launch year of 2024. In just 11 months, it grew to a behemoth with more than $50 billion in assets. Simply put, no exchange traded fund has ever had a better debut. And this is an article by Siddhartha Shukula. And you can actually, what's cool about Bloomberg's app, which I love, you can actually get alerts from people's articles that you like. iBit size swelled to the equivalent of the combined assets under management of more than 50 European market-focused ETFs. I'm going to say that again. iBit size swell to the equivalent of the combined assets under management of more than 50 European market-focused ETFs, many of which have been around for more than 2 decades. The reason why I'm bringing this up, go check out this article if you want to read more about it. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because freaking cryptocurrency is not going away. I'm not a fan of Trump. I don't really give a shit if you love Trump or don't love Trump. My point is if Trump is going to, no matter what, be really good for the crypto space because they're going to create a lot of regulation. Okay. Now, do I think that they're going to take away some of the decentralization capabilities that exist inside of cryptocurrency? I believe that that might happen, and I'm anti that, but we're not going to go into that right now. We're just talking about accessing greater amounts of wealth in human history that you have ever seen in your life. We are literally back in the Netherlands right now with cryptocurrency, and the Dutch are starting their stock exchange, and everybody around is like, this is crazy. This isn't going to work. This is blah, blah, blah. I don't know what they would compare it to at that time because they didn't have anything to really compare. I mean, maybe they compared it to something. Who knows? Maybe they were like, this is similar to the flower market. It's going to be crazy. I don't know. Some other market that existed in it. But my point is that then the people that took advantage of that probably made a ton of money. It maybe not in the Dutch stock market or the Netherlands stock market, but in one of the other stock markets that existed later on. I don't know. But my point is that we're at the beginning of something amazing, and I don't want anybody to miss out on it. Go get a Coinbase account, put some money in Coinbase. It's a publicly traded company, which not to saying that publicly traded companies aren't corrupt, but if we're comparing that to some of the other crypto platforms, go to Coinbase, buy stuff on a dollar cost average in, put $5 a day, $10 a week, $20 a week. I do probably, and again, I'm in a better situation than other people. I get that, but I put in 50, 60, 70, put in about $100 a week into XRP still. And I put in about $70 a week into Bitcoin every single week. And to top that, I have made thousands and thousands of dollars on XLM, actually tens of thousands of dollars on XLM. Well, it came back down a little bit because it pulled back. But the point is that I've been buying XLM every week for over a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. If you set these small amounts that you can afford, set it and forget it, you will build up great baskets of cryptocurrencies. And the fact is, not a lot of people know about cryptocurrency still. A lot of people still think it's a scam. It's not a scam, not all of it anyway. You know, there might be some meme coins out there. There might be some shit coins. There might be some scammers that are out there. But when we're looking at one of the largest asset fund management companies in the world, the largest ETF company in the world of iShares, and they have an iBit that gives people access to Bitcoin and it is crushing it, don't miss out on the opportunity that exists inside of cryptocurrency to maintain wealth and to take you and your family to the next level of where you want to take you and your family to. That's all that I'm saying. And that's the reason why I bring this up. Again, go check out this link in my Dope Insights and Updates channel. There's 39 people in there. We'll do some giveaways there too. We'll do a giveaway when we get that bad boy to 50. Everybody, we're doing so many giveaways this year. It's going to be freaking crazy. All right. Anyways, I digress. Go right now, get a coin. Well, listen to the rest of this episode, share it with a friend, tell your friends about it on New Year's Day. And then at some point in that period of time, set up a Coinbase account, start buying things like Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum. Again, I can give all the free advice I want because you're not paying me. So if you're like, Jeremy, you were wrong. Well, you know what? Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you're right. But my point is that what I'm doing is I'm buying XRP and Bitcoin every single week, and I'm still buying XLM every single month. And I have good Ethereum and I have good AVAX in there as well. So again, if you want more access to me, join my Dope Insights and Updates. And I'm not going to say that anymore. That's not true. I'll probably say that multiple more times. Well, you might hear some commercials right now. You might not. There might just be a blink pause and I might just come back. That's how dynamic ads work.
What's up, y'all? It's Joe Budden. It's my favorite part of the holidays, Prize Picks, the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. Join now because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving millions in player rewards.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code TACKLE and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code TACKLE on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Kroger Delivery makes it easy to do your holiday shopping in a jingle. There might be a lot on your to-do list, but thanks to Kroger Delivery, you can get everything you need delivered straight to your door at the same great prices you'd find in store. Our refrigerated trucks always ensure that your groceries arrive fresh. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order of $75 or more and get free delivery with a Boost membership. Restrictions apply. See site for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Okay. I don't know what the heck is wrong with my TikTok, but I cannot upload a video that's more than like 3 minutes. So I have been working just on these 1.5-minute Instagram videos. I don't know if because my phone has too much shit on it. I don't know if because TikTok hates me. I don't know. I like TikTok. Like TikTok got me into the groove, moving and grooving. I'm just a really big fan of Instagram, Threads, and X. I think Elon Musk, even though, he's not always my cup of tea, I think he's doing a fantastic job with X, or maybe Linda Yaccarino is, or however you say her name. She used to have a podcast when she was with the other company that she was with. I forgot what company it was, but it had to do with like food and like cooking food for your family or something. I had listened to it once or twice, wasn't like a huge fan of, because there's so many podcasts out there. How do people even listen to podcasts? It's crazy. There's so many. And I listen to a lot of podcasts because podcast is amazing because it's audio. You put it in your ear, you do some stuff, you listen to some people talk, you have a good time, you have fun, and podcasts are amazing. But because of that, I got stuck on doing my Instagram, which lets you do, I like using the tools there. I don't like recording on my phone and then uploading it to Instagram. I'd rather just go on Instagram, do it, download it, and then share it wherever else I want to share it at. But Instagram will only let you use their tools for 1 minute and 30 seconds, even though you can do up to 10 minutes normally on just if you post it and then it kicks it over to Reels. But the problem was if I'm doing a 60-second reel and I want to share that on YouTube, YouTube only lets me put up to 60 seconds. Now, supposedly, they were like, we're going to do it up to 3 minutes. And Trey was telling me about it and I was stoked and I was happy. But when I went to go do it, I couldn't upload a 3-minute video. And then I was like, oh, maybe I have to make the video on there, because I think that's what Trey told me, but it's a possibility that I wasn't really fully paying attention to when Trey told me what needed to have happened for me to be able to do it. So I was like, okay, I can't record a 3-minute video on YouTube. I can't record up to a 3-minute. I can't upload up to a 3-minute short. And finally, I spent the time to read the YouTube documentation on their 3-minute uploading. And I figured out what the heck you do, and it's actually pretty easy. So I wanted to share that with you in case you're like, I don't know how to do it either, and I want to upload onto YouTube. So what you do is instead of uploading it as a short, you upload it as a video. And if the video that you upload is 3 minutes or less, it automatically pushes it to your shorts feed as a short. So like I just went to my YouTube, I put plus, I go to video, and so go to video, and then I grab the video that I want, like you would upload normally, and I can grab any video up to any time that I want because YouTube, has longer videos. But I can go down here and like I have my 1:27 video of me playing Monster Hunter now that I never put onto YouTube because it's 1:27 seconds. And so, meaning which I need to go on more walks. In fact, I got a drone, which we're not going to talk about 100% on this episode. I'm just going to mention it right now. So we're not even really talk about it at any point on this episode other than right now. But I got a drone so I can go, and me and my cousin, who's also who's an influencer, like a bigger influencer than me at this point probably, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe she is. I don't know. We'll talk about that later. I got a cool drone that's going to follow us as we walk up 300 stairs. Isn't that exciting? Okay, so I can go to my YouTube shorts. I grab the 1:27 video. I go here. I can upload it. I can create a name to it. And what's cool about it is I can add in a longer description. And that longer description, from what I have currently seen, well, if I remember correctly, you can see that longer description, which you normally can't do if you do a short that's not pushed out through as a video. And so when you do that, after a few minutes, it'll come up through as a video, and then it'll kick it over to the short, and it will be a short. So you can do shorts up to 3 minutes. And that is really, really cool. And I hope that Instagram now changes theirs to be able to record a video for 3 minutes. And if I can get somewhere around 3 minutes on every single platform, I would be super, super happy. Super, super happy. So I want you to go and make YouTube and do video. And I found some cool new stuff that I'm going to do on YouTube. I don't know why I said it like that, with video more frequently. And I'll talk about that as I do it as well. So if you don't follow me on YouTube, go to YouTube at Age of Jeremy. See, I didn't say the dope insight and updates. I mean, I said it right now, but I said that I wasn't going to mention it again. And technically I did, but I'm telling you to go to my YouTube at Age of Jeremy, because we're going to be putting out more videos. I'm going to be putting out videos faster. I'm going to be putting them out more frequent. I'm going to be doing more vlogs. Again, I say these things a lot, and it's okay to say these things a lot. And that's one of the things that I don't want people to get upset about, is that try things, do things, try to be consistent with them, keep trying to do them, and slowly over time, you'll grow. If you go and look at your accounts and your subscribers and your email list and all that stuff from a year ago, you've probably made leaps and bounds. Just because you didn't turn into 1 million follower in a year, but you made 1,000 followers in a year actively trying, or 500 or 600, fucking give yourself a pat on the back. Over time, this is what I'm telling you, the person that's going to win at this game is the person that stays in the longest, finds out where the new trends are coming into, where to be at, and keeps as consistent as they possibly can. And if they don't stay consistent, don't beat themselves up about it. That's what I do. I don't beat myself up about it. I just get up, I try again, and we keep rocking and rolling. And that's what we're going to do by keep rocking and rolling about the cool stuff that's going on in the businesses. So I'm not going to talk about the age of Jeremy Brand here. I'm going to save that for a lo-fi episode, because I think that is more intimate, and I want to get a nice fire going, and I want us to cuddle and snuggle and talk a little bit about that. But as far as Age of Radio goes, I'm super excited for Age of Radio. I'm about to start the two biggest things I'm working on. Two most important things that I'm working on for Age of Radio right now. One, getting an ad sales exec hired. I got 40 some applications to go through and talk to those people, and then talk to them about where we're at, where we're going, what we want to do. So I'm really stoked about that. I'm going to be starting that over the next couple of weeks. So when we get to this segment, I'm probably going to keep talking about that. Second thing is I'm trying to find freelance journalists to connect, pay per word for X articles about gaming, about anime, about comic books, things in the geekdom world, maybe about new tech. I don't know. I need to put out another job post for that. Probably gonna have to pay for this next job post, push it out for more people, but I want to get some journalists coming that they can get regular work from me to write articles for them, so that we can take our journalism to the next level. Those are the first two things. And then the third thing, just going harder on Mercury. Every week we do Mercury. Well, okay, let me see. There's two more things after that. The third one is going harder on Mercury every single week. I'm doing more live events with Mercury. We're going to be at LibCon West. No, we're not. We were just at LibCon West. We're going to be at FanCon 2025 by the Tempe Library. I talked to them. I told them what we do. They were gracious enough to give us a table. We're going to start advertising their stuff this next week. I'm super, super excited. They're going to see paid advertisement from us. We're going to have a drone at the next Tempe Con. Well, at Tempe Con, we're going to have our drone out there. We're going to be doing some cool stuff with cosplayers. People are going to want to come to Arizona to be with the Mercury team when we do conferences, because it's going to be all the time. I'm going to do some giveaways. Don't know what I'm going to be giving away. I just love giving stuff away. I gave $50 away to someone for a raffle that we did inside of our Discord. Our Age of Radio Discord be popping off, and people are winning some raffles, and they're having a good time. I have no idea why I'm so excited during this specific episode. But anyways, I just love giving stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's because of Christmas, and I gave a bunch of cool presents, and I bought stuff from people. In fact, for some reason, I bought $50 worth of $5 gift cards for Starbucks, and I don't remember why I bought them or who I specifically had in mind that I was going to give these to, and they're just sitting here on my desk. So maybe we'll give away these $5 Starbucks gift cards. But the point is, community's fun. Life is fun. We're doing fun stuff, and we're going to do a lot of giveaways. So that's the next one, the Mercury. Third one's Mercury, doing Mercury Hard. Fourth and final one for Age of Radio, the biggest thing that I'm working on right now is also the fourth one. I have some cool clips that are going to start pushing people to learn more about how to become part of the Age of Radio network, because it's the only network that anybody's going to want to be a part of, because we don't fuck people over. If I'm going to fuck anybody over, it's going to be the business. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be we don't fuck anybody over, period. But the whole model is that I want the money to come from advertisers. I love advertising. I love ads coming across. I love people talking about their products. I love people being transparent about their businesses. That's stuff that I love. I don't think that those costs to run the business should come to the creators. The creators should get the majority of the money from their hard work and the content they're creating and the ads that are going on their shows. And that is what I want to see happen inside of Age of Radio. But I love advertising, and if you have a business, especially a business that people can buy on the web from, or your services from on the web, let us know. We will get your We will get your business out in front of tons of people, right? We do based off of impressions. We get the awareness. We get those ads on a Mercury. We get those advertisements on our website. We're we're working on making sure that that stays flawless and works really, really good. But the point is that we're a place for ads, and we want to build really good partnerships with companies to do their advertisements. But to do that, we need to have more and more shows and great content, and take care of the people that are choosing to be a part of the Age of Radio network and getting their shows pushed out there and getting more and newer shows on the network as well, and growing our existing shows. And to do that, we're going to be doing some more promos inside of the network to promote that type of stuff. And I paid to have a great person who's going to be doing a lot of reads for us into the future as we move into really pushing and building the revenue for Age of Radio. So those are like the big four things for Age of Radio. And for Q Financial, main thing is getting to build the insurance line of the business. We're going to start hitting the streets. We're going to get the website up. We're going to get the social media up. And I'm really excited about that. And then with 3-2 Warrior Academy, if you're not part of the 3-2 Warrior Academy, I encourage you to join. It's a fun time in there. Lots of education, and we're just going to really hone in and build the education and the financial education piece inside of there and make it even a better place to be. And so I'm really, really excited about that. So those, for the businesses, those are like the core things that we're working on right now that I think are really important for you to know. And again, as I continue to do these things and learn things, I will 100% share them with you. If you don't know how our 3T Warrior Academy works and you're thinking about maybe doing an online coaching system, we do ours through Mighty Network, and we do it all through automated automations. So, the call to actions come through the social media. People sit down with our sales team. We have webinars that people will work. If they want to do the webinar, if they just want to join the academy, they can, and they get access to Mighty Network, and we built it all inside of there. So if you're interested in learning more about that and how to do that as well, hit me up in the Dope Insights and Updates or DM me. I'd love to talk to you more about that also. Or the better thing to do is to jump into the 3-2R Academy. You can go to 32racademy.com and check that out. I know there's a lot of things, and that's one of the things I'm trying to work out, trying to figure out how to do this segment every week, because I really want you guys to get value in listening to me and learning from like what I'm learning and the mistakes that I'm learning. And that's what this segment specifically is about, or I guess at this point was about.
Burlington's Oh Wow Winter Clearance event is on right now. Throughout your store, you'll find tons of new markdowns just taken. Look for red clearance tags throughout the entire store for her, him, the kids, and your home. Score some serious savings at Burlington, up to 70% off other retailers' prices on clearance items. These deals on top of deals won't last long, so stop in today. Burlington. Deals, brands, wow. Prices and selections vary by location.
All right. I made an X article last night about social media trends, hoping it would push me over that freaking 1,000 people follower count, but it didn't. It got me to 998 though, which I'm really stoked for. People want to see millions and millions of followers. To be more honest, I'm more excited about that my engagement rate's over 1% than anything on any of my platforms, but that's the rate that people should be really focusing on, is their engagement rate score, which is essentially like your likes, your comments and shares. You add to those up, and then you divide over the amount of posts that you had, and that gives you and times it by 100. It'll give you a percentage, and that's the most important number in social media, in my opinion. And that's what I really focus on, working on driving. Even though I've been talking about, I'm almost at 1,000 people. But I'm kind of excited about that, mainly because it always has been. I don't know if it's because I don't niche, if I don't explain myself well enough. Sometimes, I talk really fast. I talk a lot about stuff, and then sometimes mid sentence I rethink about something because the way that my brain thinks about stuff, and then I change my thought or my speed or my tone or something. And so I don't know if it's those things. I really feel that it's more about the niching thing, because people don't know what they're going to get on my social media. But the thing is, they do know what they're going to get, because they're just going to get 100% me and what I want to share with them. But it made me think about the fact that I do want to talk to you guys about what's going to be happening with social media. And if you guys are new to this podcast, or if you're old to this podcast, the thing that I always mention is when I started off in social media, I just wanted to do it because we think that social media is the way that we need to market now. We think that social media is the thing that we need to do if we have a brand. We need to build our influencership. And while all those things are true, the thing that changed me is I just use it to meet people, build contacts, build relationships, have fun with, think of cool stuff to do, to talk about. I mean, I just have fun with it now and try to, again, I look at KPIs because you need to do that so that you can make assessments on certain things. But I personally really like social media. Every night for about 30 or 40 minutes, I just go and I talk to people on Threads, try to do that on LinkedIn, and that does grow it, right? But at the same time, I've met cool people's podcasts I can be on. I found podcasts to try to reach out to here soon to get to be on the Age of Radio podcast network, to come onto my podcast show, to come onto this show to talk about all of you, to talk with all of you. And for me, that's actually made my life more enjoyable. And when you can couple that with doing stuff inside of the real world with real people and build strong friendships, my happiness meter has skyrocketed this year because I've chosen to do that over the last year and a half, chosen not to look at social media the same way that I did in the past. And so I think that there's two things of knowing about social media that's important about what's going to happen in 2025 is one, where should you be in 2025? What should you be aware of if you enjoy social media and you want to be a part of that world and you want to do it, right? And then the second thing is from a business standpoint, where should you be in social media so you can know where people are going to be at so that you can do it and make money at it and grow your brand and everything businessy. And so I wrote that post last night. I got some information from Grok, which is, XAI's bot, or AI bot, I guess. And so I did this one on Copilot for this episode to give me some of the talking points and the things that I kind of want to, touch on. And again, I always talk about AI being important, and that's one of the things that's important about it. It helps me do research for this podcast a lot faster than I would have otherwise done. I do two core things. Hey, what are the top entrepreneur topics or business topics? I look at those, find out one that resonates with me and what I'm doing. And then I take that and then I say, hey, write me a podcast episode about this. And it gives me things to talk about. And then what I do is I go through that on the things that I think that are the most important based off of what I'm doing. And then I talk to you about them as well. And so this is, again, from Copilot, but with my spin on it, of the things that are going to be the biggest trends in social media. And Trey actually put out, I don't think that this is accurate. Personally, I think that the one that Grok gave me is much more accurate, but it has a lot of the same stuff. It just rates them differently. I think the most important thing that's going to happen in 2025 is short form video dominance. So if you're not using short form in two capacities, you're going to be left in the dark. So short form video content is going to be super dominant. Again, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, which we talked about on the other segment, are driving massive engagement. And it's mainly because people have ridiculously short attention spans now. Whether or not that's the increase in ADHD, whether or not ADHD is increased because of our information overload, or if it's just information load, or whatever the case is. But the fact is that people have short attention spans and they want things in bite-sized chunks and they want them fast. And so brands are going to be focused on creating quick, captivating videos that grab attention and tell a story in a short amount of time. That max amount of time should probably be about 3 minutes, because blogs should be about 5 to 8 minutes long. And so when we think about short form video, you want them to be short. And so you need to be using short form video in two ways. One, the way that, where you create content, where the piece itself is the content that you're sharing, and it's not a small chunk of some other content. So example, I don't know if I'll be able to do it tonight, but the next reel that I want to talk about is from a book called Magic by Aleister Crowley. He has a lot of great things about providing devotion to an entity, especially we're going to use that entity or deity to invoke for some type of spiritual ritual or for some magic spell or whatever the case is. And so I think the things that he talks about are really good for anybody who's trying to re-engage their faith, create better devotion with an entity or something along those lines. Obviously, this podcast traditionally is about spiritualness. There's a new thing that I'm going to be launching in 2025 that's more geared towards spirituality, that is going to be specifically on X, but you'll know about that by joining my dope insights and updates. Okay. And so short form video is going to be super, super important. So that's the content, like the portion of that content is about the content itself. It can be consumed in a minute and a half, and you get all the information you need. The other way in which you want to utilize shorts is if you have longer form content, you want to bite size them up and send them out in smaller chunks. And then drive them back to the longer form content. So if you have a video podcast or an audio podcast, you can use artificial intelligence to clip the hell out of these, create smaller videos. You can post those out more frequently and drive people back to the longer form content. And that's how you can gain a larger audience. And then from that larger audience, you can nurture, and then you can get to buy stuff over time from whatever you're selling. And so that's going to be super, super important as the short form video dominant. That's what I think is going to still be the most important thing. The next important thing, which still is not number one on here, which is, I think is weird. So on this list, I put that as number one. Number two, I'm going to say AI powered content creation. Excuse my language, use artificial intelligence as much as you possibly can. It's not going away. It's going to be integrated into everything that we do. It might kill us one day. I don't think it's at that level yet. Trey definitely doesn't think it's at that level because we talked about it on Mercury last Friday. But AI tools help businesses produce high quality visuals, videos, and text. ChatGPT just released their text to video integration. I'm probably going to get a subscription to ChatGPT here soon. Right now, I currently use Grok and Gemini and Copilot. I use Copilot the most, then probably Grok. But once Gemini added their voice, I use that for fun. You can do all kinds of stuff with AI. Utilize it as a researcher, utilize it to fix things, utilize it to work faster on things that you don't need to put a lot of thought in, right? So if I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write a real article about something that I'm passionate about, I'm not going to use artificial intelligence unless it's to go grab me research stuff that I can do kind of like a research assistant. Then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write the document and so forth. But if I want to make a blog post to social media about some thought that's in my head, I can have the social media write it. I can fix it up kind of like I'm doing right now via this podcast, and then I can share that with my audience. That's how you need to use artificial intelligence. If you're a developer, you definitely want to be using artificial intelligence because it can help you with your code. The Copilot recently integrated Claude and ChatGPT inside of GitHub, inside of Visual Studio Code. I haven't had a chance to check it out. I'm not like I want to be in the code community. I'm not a coder like on a regular basis. But I do want to set up and finalize my GitHub account because eventually I will move into that realm. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is I want to get in there so I can see how the AI is working with Visual Studio Code, because that is where a lot of the AI magic's going to happen as a research assistant. So don't sleep on AI, learn about AI, make it a part of your everyday life and integrate it to your brand creation. Okay. The next one that they say, so they put number one on this list that augmented, and I think this is probably number 3, maybe even 5, but who knows? Augmented reality and virtual reality integration. So AR and VR are becoming more integrated into social media platforms, allowing users to have immersive experiences. I don't think that's going to be like the main push of social media in 2025. I think it's going to be the things that I just mentioned. But I will say that you should have a Quest by now. You should probably have a PlayStation VR or something along those lines if you play games. If you want to stay up to the times, I have the Quest 2. As we move Mercury further along, we'll probably be really focusing on having more tech stuff inside of there and really looking at, some of the more popular tech things as it relates to content creation and the things that are coming out along with that. Because again, Age of Radio is all about empowering creators. But for right now, I still have a Quest 2. I want to get a Quest 3. I don't have a PlayStation VR. That's on my to get list. And one of the things for me too is I've always been, I encourage you I know that it's money. I know that it might be hypocritical to say this. Yes, you need to manage your money. Yes, you need to pay yourself first. Yes, you need to have an insurance plan. Yes, you need to be investing in crypto. Yes, you need to do that stuff. But at the same time, you need to stay up on the forefront of technology at least, and the technology in your field. And what I mean by that is, like, if I'm in, I don't know, learning and development field, I should be buying and learning about the hottest new software and learning and development. If I'm in the marketing field, the finance field, I should be focusing on those. And that's one of the biggest steps that I took towards the latter part of this year, is being more integrated in, okay, I'm a business person, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm the finance guy, I'm the marketing guy. Those are actually the two biggest things that I do enjoy about, and governance, not CEO role governance, but governance, finance, and marketing are the things that I love in business the most, that I get excited about. And so I want to be spending money on the things that make those things better, whether with tech and resources, right? And knowledge base. So I encourage you to, kind of put that at the forefront of the spending if you're going to spend something, right? Just like I buy a lot of equipment for recording because I want the best equipment. I want the newest equipment. I want to know about it. I want to talk about it. And I want to do the same thing with tech and gaming, because those are the realms that I'm in, and those are the things that I enjoy. So I want to buy those newer things as they, come out. And I just encourage you to, think about that, and maybe become a first mover in a lot of places in your career, for the things that are beneficial to your career, and for the things that you enjoy. But brands are going to use augmented reality to create interactive ads and virtual try-ons, while VR can offer virtual events and experiences. The virtual events thing is something that I've talked about a lot about doing and haven't looked further into it. So that's something that I do think that is going to be bigger into next year. For Zers and Alphas, Gen Z and Alpha, they probably do a lot of virtual events. I know that, like, there's the Horizon in Meta. I know that concerts take place in virtual reality now. So I think that it's something that you shouldn't sleep on, but I don't think from a social media standpoint that that's going to be more important still than short form video and AI power content creation. I will give that to them third, though. Those are the top three things. So if you take away anything from this, short form video dominance, AI powered content creation, and augmented reality, learn at least those three things. If you want to go further and you sell something, and this is something that I'm going to get more into, and we kind of get into this a little bit now, but personalized social commerce. There was a part of Age of Radio a while ago where we did sell equipment, and I'm going to look into seeing what that would look like from a social commerce platform. But then for our stickers and t-shirts and things like that, we're going to be integrating that into YouTube from a social commerce. And I think that for me, I want to start buying more things from a social commerce perspective, right? Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, integrate shopping features directly into posts and live streams. And so from there, you're able to do a lot better with, selling stuff. And Gary Vaynerchuk recently did a post, and we talked about this on Mercury last Friday on Instagram at Age of Radioverse, was that Party City is going away. Big Lots is going to be going away. And one of the biggest moves is not just e-commerce getting stronger and stronger and everything needing to be on e-commerce, but social commerce is going to be the next big wave of commerce. And if you have a business or you sell something and you are not on social commerce, you are 1 billion% going to be left behind. And that's something that you're going to need to fix as soon as possible if you sell something. Like for Refined Integrity, we sell all of that on TikTok, and that's where I'm assuming that's where all of our sales are coming from. It could be coming from the newsletter, but I feel that as we move forward, we're going to be pushing that even more. And so Refined Integrity is a business that we started with CJV, that I started with CJV, but it's a clothing line. It's learning and education around divine masculinity, and we're going to be launching something really exciting on January 13th. So if you want to check out Refined Integrity, check it out. And again, this is why it always makes it hard for people to follow me, because I talk about 9 billion things, but you just get me. And if you want more of me, where can you go? You can actually go to LinkedIn at Cesar Jeremy Quintanilla. See, I didn't say what you thought I was going to say was going to be dope insights and updates. The other one here that I think that I'm looking at some of these and I'm looking at the ones that are going to be the most important. And the one that authenticity, this is a horrible list. I don't like this list. The fifth one, what did I do? Three. The fourth thing you need to be aware of is authenticity. You need to be transparent with your base, and by that I mean, like, as stuff is happening, who does this really good is Adam Mosseri, the CEO of Instagram. I think Trey doesn't like his stuff. I don't know specifically why. And Trey, if I'm wrong on that, I'm sorry for calling you out on the podcast and being inaccurate on the situation. But Adam is the CEO and of Instagram, and on his channel, he talks about what's going on with Instagram, the changes that they're making, things that people can do better. That's what we mean by authenticity and transparency. So for Age of Radio, I haven't done a single post in a while because we've been revamping a lot of the stuff, and then we've had the holidays. So there is a lot of content that's going out on Age of Radioverse, but it's not me talking about what's going on with Age of Radio, which we're going to be building that back into that Instagram feed here. But that's the authenticity. That's the talking about what's happening inside of the business. This is an example of authenticity, but on social media, right? And people being raw, people making mistakes and not looking the best. It's not about the clean. People want to see cool stuff if the stuff that they're seeing is meant to be cool, right? If it's someone that's talking, they want people to be real with them and authentic with them about what's going on and what they're sharing with them. And brands and creators are going to be doing that more and more as they head into 2025. And that's something that I'm really, really excited for. The other one that they have on here, man, I wish I had the other list on what happened. This is health stuff. That's not right. So social media, and then social media. And this is another one that I think is going to be big. And I'm sharing this because this is something that I know that I'm working on, is social media as a customer service hub. So for Q Financial, we're going to be going harder at this. For our social media for Age of Radio, and then I'll go back to the Q Financial. For Age of Radio, for this, we've integrated for our podcast hosts different support chats inside of the podcast, private chat, right? So that, like, if people need to get a hold of us, you can go in there. And what's cool that Facebook did really, really well is they created side chats. So if there's a host that needs help and they can't get a hold of us through email, or they can't get our chatbot on, HubSpot or whatever, they can go in and they can reach out to us in the podcast host group and in our Discord. And in both areas, you can create a separate thread from that initial chat, and then you can talk to them about what's going on. And that has been one of the best things that has happened for Age of Radio this year from a third-party tool. It just makes it much easier to get a hold of me. I have it on my phone. The customer support people have it on their phone. They can talk. They can create a side chat. They can, move it away from the main chat, talk about what needs to be fixed, and they can go and fix it. I think that from a brand perspective, not from what we're going to be doing perspective as influencers or as content creators, but from a brand perspective, that customer service integrating into social media is going to be so important, and more tools are going to be created from these teams to be able to do that. And so, like, the same thing with Q Financial, one of the biggest things after getting the social media up is getting the business phone number, connecting that to WhatsApp, and connecting to people on WhatsApp for and with Q Financial. That's going to be so huge. And I'm really, really excited for where that part goes when we start integrating that, and being able to reach out to us on social media, talk to people, and handle the customer service stuff. And things like Intercom, which we use for blockheads, you can integrate that already into Intercom. I'm sure you can for HubSpot because they have the WhatsApp and the Messenger integration. And so I'm really excited to see where customer support goes as it relates to social media. The other thing that a lot of people do is they have their own support feed for their on X for their company. So like Discord has a support, I think, and some other businesses have support where they put out support related feed stuff, right? To build it and let people know about it periodically. You have to have a strategy for it, of course. But then you can go there and post, or you can message them on X, and you can get stuff resolved via that way. I've done that with CVS. CVS is one that does that really, really well. So don't miss opportunities for enhancing your customer support if you're a brand, or even if I guess you're a creator and you sell stuff, to enhance that utilizing social media, because that's going to become bigger and bigger in this next year as well. The other thing that they put on here for the last one, that I'm going to mention is expansion of niche communities. So niche interest-focused communities are growing on platforms like Discord, Reddit, and there's going to be more social spaces that create these and these little niche spots for specific things. Discord does this really well with niche communities, especially around video games. Square Enix released a Final Fantasy Discord just for the music. In fact, I need to go and get on that because I think that that's awesome and I love Final Fantasy music. And to have a whole community that's dedicated to that is freaking awesome. And then you find those people that live in your area, and then you meet them in real life and you meet real friends. Again, that's taking it to the next level of building friendships, but we're talking about that on this episode, so I digress. But brands that engage authenticity with these smaller targeted communities can build stronger connections and brand loyalty. Same thing, Adobe does this really good. Adobe has their Firefly Discord that I'm a part of. They do like workshops in there. They talk to people. They have help. They have all this kinds of stuff inside of that Discord that's only for Firefly through Adobe, which is their, AI for image making or whatever. And so we're going to see a lot more of that. And I encourage, as brands grow, you can do more and more of those types of things. The caveat to that is you're going to want to have good help to run them, to make sure that they're moving forward in the way that you want them, to move forward. But if you have the resources to do that, hands down, do that, and to have someone manage it, build a social media management team, build a social media community team. That's one of the things that we're continuing to work on and get better at Age of Radio. So I think that, you should definitely look into that and see about how that can be part of your brand building into 2025. So those were just some of the things. You can go check out the X article that I did at Age of Jeremy as well. And you can also, where can you find cool stuff at? The Dope Insights and Updates channel on Instagram. And again, help me get to 1,000 people on X, and I will do a random fun giveaway. So you have 2 people. I still need 2 people to get in there. So we'll run this the rest of the week until next week. And if I'm over 1,000, I will randomly do a giveaway of something. I don't know what yet. I'll ask Ariana, who is my niece, who's in the bedroom next to me, because she lives here and my office is across from her room. And with that, be thankful, grateful, and kind, and we'll talk with you next time. Bye.
You were born in your dying, honey. I'm already crying for you.
Thank you so much for listening to The Age of Jeremy. Like this podcast, share this podcast, rate this podcast, do cool stuff with this podcast. I would say give it away as a stocking stuffer like I've had on the last couple podcasts, but Christmas is over, and I hope you had a very Merry Christmas is what I hope that you had. The opening song was Positive Change by Gaslight Anthem. The closing song was Gardens by Trevor Hall. I'm recording into a KSM 104 by Neumann, KMS 104, something 104 by Neumann, into a Zoom L8, into my Steinberg's Cubase, and I'm going to be using waves in post. And with that, one last time, be thankful, grateful, and kind. We'll see you soon, or talk to you soon. Bye.
Of your mind all the time. You were born in your dying.